Want to live success? Watch this. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, as you hear me say in many videos, we are born a success, and the reason is because the creative process shows us. And we live in this physical world, and as we want anything more or different, we want it to be different, we don't like it the way it is, our inner being hears that and creates it for us. So if there's a lack of something or just something we want to be different in some way, our inner being instantly gives it to us, and it's all there, no questions asked, all given in a vibrational format first, and then as we match the vibration of it, which is positive emotion, you could say, very easily, because the reason we want it, because it feels good. If we match that energy going through our day with our beliefs and our conscious thought choices, then we are offering high vibration energy. As we think about the things in our day, we don't have to think about these things that we want. We may think about them, but we can just think, okay, isn't that nice? They're on the way, and I'm kind of anticipating and excited for the receiving of them. It's going to be fun to receive them. So just that kind of way. We don't have to do anything in particular other than that, just have no resistance about them. But just generally going through our day as we engage with other people and we think about the things that we do. We're working at our jobs or business or whatever it is that we're doing, and we're we might think about our past. We might think about some health things, fitness, whatever it is, whatever comes into our mind. If we're in that aligned energy with our beliefs and our thoughts, then we're streaming high vibration energy to the law of attraction, and it will connect us with all the details that our inner being set up for us to receive the things that we want, and they're going to flow right into our physical reality. You see, there's no conditions on it whatsoever. The only thing in the cycle is it's all automatic. As you see, all this is all automatic except for that 1% for us to choose a better feeling thought over one that doesn't feel good. And if we'll just do that through our day, then we sort of complete the creative process as it is here. But now if we don't do that, if we don't choose the good feeling thought and we let ourselves go into a negative feeling thought, then the broadcast to the law of attraction takes us down a different road, sort of that train wreck road. So as we stay in that good feeling thought energy, then we just live the natural success of life. You can see success as meaning we have everything that we want. We're satisfied as we want it, and we live it, and then we want more, then that's given to us by our inner being. And it's just that cycle. So it's very easy to say that we're all successful. It's just a matter of receiving it. That's what we want to do. We want to receive the things that life has caused us to ask for, so we're automatically successful in this way of the creative process, having all the things that we want. But what happens? What happens because we don't grow up knowing this, so we don't know this natural way of success. So then we put a different sort of label, a different definition on what success is, and then we try to achieve it. We try to achieve success. You see, so much is done to achieve success without knowing that we are born a success and everything is set up to work out for us. So this image kind of is meant to represent what we've done, and that is, we're looking at the numbers of things for our success. We want to achieve certain numbers, whether it be in sales or day trading or employment or business, even the steps that we take, the workouts that we do, the food that we eat. We're counting calories. We want check marks on our to-do list, the grades of school. We're looking for the numbers, looking at if the numbers are in the place that we think they should be. That tells us that we've somehow come up with that, these numbers mean you're successful, which means then that there's going to be a flow of abundance, that you're going to have the life that you want. You see, it's a whole faulty thing, but we tend to think that. And the other thing we look for is validation and approval as a way to feel successful. And so between the numbers and the validation, that accounts for pretty much the way that we look for success. And so along with that, we're looking for outcomes and results, measuring our success. So in terms of money or likes or hits or all those kinds of things that have to do with social media and being productive, and again, the flow of money and grades. We're just looking at measuring our success on these numbers. And again, once we get that, then there's the idea that, well, if we're successful in that way, we achieve the numbers that we want to achieve, then abundance is going to flow and we're going to have the life that we want. That's what's behind it all, is that this is the way to get the life that we want to have, right? And so these the measuring of these things, they tend to define us, define us, our success, our worthiness, our value, and our importance, and our security. So we have learned a very, very faulty way of living success. And we got to get away from that faulty way, because it causes us actually a lot of low vibration. It gets in the way of living the full, satisfying life that we want. You see, when we realize that we're born successful, as I showed you in the last slide and how that all works, then we realize that we're not working for money because we're born rich. We're not working for success because we're born successful. We're not working for security because we're born secure. We're not working to prove ourselves, our value, or our importance. We're not trying to prove that to ourselves or anyone else because we're born worthy, right? And if you think in terms that your work is your source of income, well, it's not that way at all. It's just a channel of abundance flow. And there can be many channels, you see. So all of a sudden, this completely blows the old paradigm, right away, and it takes away all the reason for us to try to achieve those numbers, because that's not the success. That's not the thing that gives us the good life that we want. And let's go and look at another slide here that tells us what it is. See, here's the scorecard. You don't want the scorecard to be those other numbers. You want the scorecard to be your emotional potential and your emotional productivity. Because, see, we're energy beings. And when our energy is in alignment, then everything in our life follows. Our relationships, our health, our fitness, our vocation, our everything. And we understand everything. We understand our past. We understand why we can feel good about our dreams for sure. You see, when we are achieving our emotional potential, our high vibration potential, positive emotion, which is 100%, and we're achieving that all day, every day, now we're in alignment, and now everything just flows. Everything just flows because what we ask for through contrast and is set up as a vibrational reality, and we're high vibration, now we're just going to receive the path to all of that stuff, you see. We don't have to try to achieve the numbers. The numbers don't matter anymore once you realize this. The numbers are completely irrelevant, and there's no need for you to think about the numbers at all, because when you're in alignment, everything you want is going to come to you. If you want to have a certain flow of money related to work that you do, okay, you can have that, but that's not the only flow that you can have. It doesn't define you. It doesn't measure your success. It doesn't tell you about your abundance flow. It just tells you that that's what you enjoy for the amount of money flow through that channel. But your inner being has so many channels lined up for you that abundance will flow to you in many, many ways. And it's not about success. You're not trying to look at the numbers for any reason. It doesn't matter, how many subscribers or viewers you have on YouTube or Instagram or anything else. That doesn't define anything. See, when we look at this, do you see anywhere here in the creative process about what's going on with the numbers that you're seeing on your social media? No. What you receiving all your dreams and desires has nothing to do with any of those numbers. Zero. Absolutely zero, except that you may believe that it has something to do with it. And so that belief will yield you some results, but it will be very minuscule compared to what you could be receiving, right? So when you live by the true scorecard of life, which is your emotional potential, joy is the reason that you're doing everything, and happiness and fun and interest, and you're calm. You see, when your emotional productivity is high through the day and you're achieving your emotional potential, you could have low numbers on your social media, or you could have day trading that didn't go in the way that you wanted it to go. You could have, let's look at some of these other things. You could have sales that numbers aren't where you want them to be. But if no matter of those circumstances, you would pull the joy and the positivity and a perspective that leaves you feeling good, and you were having fun in the activity that you were doing, you just were doing what you were doing on social media for joy, that everything about that activity in your emotion column here on your daily emotion tracker is joy, regardless of what the numbers are, then you're going to receive everything you want in your life. If you don't pay attention to the numbers in sales or in day trading or on your step walker or your calories, see the law of attraction doesn't know you're keeping track of any of that stuff. It just knows how you feel when you're doing what you're doing and thinking what you're thinking. It could be anything. And if you've got high productivity here, if you're achieving your potential, which you can, because you can choose good feeling thoughts all day, every day, because the creative process gives us that ability to do that, then when you're there, see, the law of attraction is not looking at what you're doing. It's looking at how you're feeling about what you do. And when you're feeling good about what you're doing, then you're supplying this high vibration energy, and you're going to have all the abundance that you want of everything. You see, you don't got to make the numbers. You just got to make the high vibration offering, broadcasting to the law of attraction. That's the thing you want to do in your day. That's the number. That's the scorecard that takes you to the next level. People say, I want to get to the next level. You can't get to the next level here. You see, this is very limited and conditional. And maybe you'll hear a technique or something. You'll read a book, and it'll make you believe that you can, increase by a certain amount. But it will be conditional, and it will not satisfy you, and it will not be fulfilling for you through your life. The only thing that allows you to do that is when you live this scorecard of emotional potential, because when you do, then you are receiving everything life caused you to ask for. You see, here's your success formula here. Your success factor is joy. When you have joy going through your day, and the other positive emotions, any of them are high vibration, then you're going to be receiving. So you want to get away from this old paradigm. It's just not going to take you where you want to be at all. And you want to get into the natural way of living, which is to go through your day, and no matter what you're doing it because of the joy factor. You see, do what you do for the joy of it. And the ultimate joy, of course, is serving humanity and yourself at the same time. So you're expressing yourself using your gifts and talents. And that is going to give you a very high joy factor. And then it doesn't matter what the numbers are. The law of attraction does not care what the numbers are. Your inner being does not care what the numbers are. Only person that cares what the numbers are is you. And you only care because that's the faulty belief training you got growing up. So we want to stop doing that. We want to want what we want for the joy of it, right? We want it for the joy of it, not for some other reason, just because it feels good to us. In our heart, we want it. And for those situations where we're not totally doing the thing that we want to be doing, we can still find the parts that give us joy. Because if we focus on the parts that give us joy, then we receive the full experience that we want. So if you're focusing on a job and it's not the one that you want, but you're focusing on it in a way that you feel the joy for the parts that you do like, and you know that the other experience is on the way because the creative process picked up that contrast and you're being set up the job that you want, then you'll receive that and you'll get that flow. So that's like an abundance flow of work, of vocation. So joy is the success factor. And when you're there, it's high vibration. And when you're there, then you're a match. You're a match. And that's why we want to clean up our beliefs. That's why we want to identify and clear up our beliefs so that our beliefs can be in that high vibration energy too. They can be in alignment along with our conscious, present moment thinking mind, and that's our natural success. You're going to have all the abundance that you want. You're going to have abundance of every aspect of your life is going to flow in the ways that you want. You don't have to pay attention to the numbers anymore. If you're in alignment, your health is going to be absolutely wonderful. If you're in alignment, the activities that you do, they'll be activities that you feel good about doing. You're not going to be doing them for any other reason that they feel good. Your relationships, your, vocation, everything is just going to be in alignment. When you're in alignment from the inside, then the outside is in alignment because the outside is the manifestation of the inside. So we want to stop trying to be successful in these ways, measuring success in these ways. Again, somebody some months ago left a comment on the channel here, and they said if you don't have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, some car like that in your driveway of a house that's a mansion, then you're not rich, something like that. And it's like what a very small measurement of anything that is. I mean, we're creative beings. We can be, do, or have anything we want at any level, at any amount of abundance. Why would we ever restrict ourselves to such a small version of success? I mean, there's so much more to life than that. And apart from that, we define our own way of rich. And rich is, maybe that's the way rich is for some people. Other people, they wouldn't care about that at all. They have a very different idea of what rich is to them. So we want to live our own rich. And we are all born rich to live it in the ways that we want. But we don't want to measure, our worthiness, or we don't want to measure anything about ourselves by any of the numbers that are coming up in the things that we do in the daytime. That is just not a measurement that's going to help us at all. The measurement that's going to help you is this measurement. If you are keeping your daily emotion tracker, and that emotion column is filled with high vibration, positive emotion energy, your life's working, or you may be in the process of cleaning up some faulty beliefs, so it's on the way to working. But you're definitely in alignment on the inside, and then the outside is catching up, right? So you see, the law of attraction cares about this column, this emotion column. That's your vibration column. It doesn't know anything about this thought activity column. It doesn't know about the numbers. The creative process could care less about the numbers. It just knows what you want. It's given to you. And as you supply that natural high vibration energy to the law of attraction, then you receive it. And that's your success. That's the success of life. So we got our head from faulty beliefs in a very faulty aspect of what success is and what abundance is, and how we have more of what we want, right? And how we have the security of our life. All that stuff is just totally natural to us. We're not here to get any of that stuff. We're here to have experiences. We came here just to have experiences and determine what it is that we want, and then our inner being would set that up for us. And then as we know how this all works, we would be at ease and relaxed and calm and anticipating and expecting, and we would be knowing everything is our mirror. We would understand everybody vibrationally. See, we wouldn't be bothered or upset by anything. We'd be high vibration. We'd be receiving what we want. And as we receive that, then we'd have more contrast, and then the cycle would go around. You see, it's that easy. Life is that easy to live and to have everything that you want. You don't have to be doing things to figure out what kind of abundance flow you're going to have, or what's your level of success. See, it's not even valid to think like that. So we want to get back to living our natural success, which is this, and we want to get away from all of this number kind of keeping track, measuring kind of success. That's just not going to get us where we want to be. That's not going to get us the fulfilling, joyous expansion life that we came for. The only thing that's going to do that is this right here. Okay, so that's the message for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.